Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into those jaw-dropping, you gotta see the replay moments in basketball. You know, the ones that are so slick, so unbelievably smooth, you can only call them too clean. We're gonna break down exactly what makes these plays so legendary.
Right? You hear a commentator say that and you know you just saw something that doesn't feel real. It's not just a score, it's one of those moments that seems to defy physics. Something you'd swear could only happen in a video game.
So what's really happening here? What's the difference between a pretty good play and a highlight that just gets played on a loop for like a week straight? Well, it's way more than just 2 points on the board. It's this perfect storm of insane skill, pure creative genius, and flawless execution that leaves everybody, defenders included, just completely stunned. Okay, let's get into it. Starting right at the beginning of the play, the setup. This is where the magic really starts. You've got a player with the ball on a string, just getting ready to completely take apart a defender's entire game plan. I mean, just picture it. You have a top-tier defender right up in your grill, giving you zero room to operate. So the first step to making one of these two clean plays is you gotta create an opening from nothing. And that is where the handles, the dribble, becomes your #1 weapon. And players have a whole toolkit to get the job done. You've got your classic spin move, which is just poetry in motion. Then there's the crossover double move, the one that breaks ankles and sends a defender flying the wrong way, twice. The hesitation, or the hezi, that freezes them just for a second. And then you have those takeovers, where a player just goes deep in his bag and pulls out every trick you can imagine. This right here, this little bit of commentary, it just perfectly captures the beauty of a fundamental move done absolutely perfectly. Look, every player learns how to do a spin move, but when you do it at this speed, with this kind of control, it's basically art. And this is the next level. It's not just one move, it's a whole chain of them, a dazzling array, like the announcer said. Mitchell isn't just dribbling here. He's practically conducting an orchestra of fakes and crossovers, all designed to pave a golden road to the basket. But listen, the setup dribble, that's only half the battle. So often, the most amazing plays aren't even about the person who scores. They're about a player seeing something on the court that literally no one else sees, and then having the guts to try a pass that looks completely impossible. And that's the key, right? A next-level pass is so much more than just an assist. It's a statement. It's one player basically playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers, seeing 3 moves ahead and threading a needle through a window that wasn't even there a second ago. I mean, are you kidding me? An over-the-head flip pass while you're almost losing the ball? This is pure, raw instinct. That's not a play you draw up on a whiteboard. That's just Ja Morant's basketball brain turning a broken play into an easy bucket. He sees the game in slow motion. And this kind of creativity, it shows up in different ways. You've got the slick, perfectly timed bounce pass that somehow gets through a forest of legs. And then you've got the flashy no-look, where the passer is deliberately looking one way to fool the entire defense. Both are just incredible displays of court vision.
You know, sometimes it's not even about being flashy. It's about being smart. You can just hear the admiration in the announcer's voice there. A pass like this is all about perfect timing and a deep understanding of the game. It's simple, but its execution makes it absolutely brilliant.
All right, so we've had the dribble to set it up, we've had the creative pass, and now we get to the grand finale, the finish. And we're talking about the kind of finishes that, honestly, just shouldn't be possible. Yeah, there's a reason we call it a circus shot. It's that moment where a player gets fouled, they're falling down, they're off balance, and they just kind of heave the ball toward the rim and pray. It's where incredible skill meets total chaos, and somehow it works.
Okay, so this might look like a bit of a joke, but step 4 is actually super important. If you watch these replays, even while they're falling or spinning, the great players somehow, someway, keep their eyes locked on the rim. It's an unbelievable amount of body control and focus in the middle of absolute mayhem. And that reaction is just perfect. Because at that point, it's not just a basketball play anymore. It's a spectacle. It's pure entertainment. The commentator is basically just saying, I have no words to describe the physics of what just happened, but wow, that was amazing. And then you have guys who are just specialists at this. Players like Nikola Jokic, the Joker, who's pretty much built a career on making these wild, off-balance, one-handed shots look almost routine. For him, the circus shot is just another move he can pull out.
And every now and then, you get a shot that is so weird, so out-of-this-world lucky, that the only possible reaction is to just laugh. Like the so-called grandma shot you sometimes hear about. It's that moment where even the guy who made it has to chuckle, because he knows he could never, ever do that again if he tried.
So we've looked at the dribble, we've looked at the pass, and we've looked at the shot. Let's put it all together. When we see one of these two clean moments, what are the pieces we're really watching?
It really just boils down to these three things. A good play might have one or two of them, but a truly too clean highlight, it has all three. It's like a whole story packed into 5 seconds. You've got a masterful beginning, a shocking plot twist, and a climax that nobody saw coming.
This is the heart of it all. These moments are why we watch sports. They're the absolute peak of athletic art, where a player's craziest idea is perfectly matched by their ability to actually pull it off. It's when thought and action become the exact same thing.
And in the end, that's what everyone is reacting to. The announcers, the fans, even the players on the other team. It's not just a great play inside the game. It's a play that actually elevates the game itself. It shows everybody a whole new level of what is possible.
So, the next time you see one of those mind-blowing highlights, don't just react to it. Break it down. Look for the setup, look for the vision, and look for the finish. Because when you see all three of those things come together perfectly, you're not just watching a great play. You're watching the game evolve right in front of your eyes.